man who knows his darkness understands that freedom is not found in external success, but in inner stillness. He does not seek power over others because he has already claimed power over himself. He does not live in fear of his emotions because he has befriended them. He does not suppress his desires, but neither does he let them rule him. He walks through life with a quiet confidence, not because he is fearless, but because he has faced his fears and survived. There is a serenity in such a man. He does not rush, does not grasp, does not need to convince others of his worth. He knows that he is enough. He does not seek completion in another person because he has already found it within himself. He does not envy others because he understands that comparison is an illusion, that every man walks his own path. He does not crave recognition because he has nothing to prove. When a man reaches this state of being, the world reacts differently to him. People sense something in him, a depth, a presence, an authenticity that is rare. He does not need to demand respect, it is given freely. He does not need to shout to be heard, his words carry weight because they come from a place of truth. He does not seek control, yet he is in control of himself in a way that few ever achieve. But to reach this place, a man must first be willing to suffer. He must be willing to face himself honestly, without excuses or distractions. He must be willing to walk through the fire of his own mind, to question everything he has been taught, to strip away every illusion. It is not an easy path. It is far simpler to remain asleep, to continue running, to avoid the difficult questions. But the man who chooses the harder road, the man who dares to know himself completely, is the one who will walk through this world truly free. He will not be bound by fear, by guilt, by regret. He will not be controlled by the opinions of others, nor will he be swayed by the changing tides of society. He will not waste his life chasing things that do not matter. Instead, he will move with clarity, with purpose, with an understanding that life is not something to be conquered, but something to be experienced fully, with all its light and all its darkness. And in this understanding he will find what so many search for yet never attain, a peace that cannot be taken, a freedom that does not waver, and a power that comes not from the world, but from within himself. The man who has made peace with his darkness does not see life as a battle to be won, but as an experience to be fully lived. He no longer divides himself into acceptable and unacceptable parts, no longer fights against his nature, no longer feels the need to justify his existence to others. He understands that the forces within him, anger, desire, sorrow, ambition, are not obstacles to overcome, but energies to be understood and harnessed. His understanding of nature and desire, sorrow, ambition, where others resist, he flows. Where others are burdened by guilt and fear, he moves freely, unchained by the expectations of the world. The mind of a man conditioned by society is a battlefield. He is taught from a young age that certain emotions must be hidden, that vulnerability is weakness, that to be a man means to dominate, to achieve, to suppress anything that does not align with an image of control. He internalizes this conditioning, shaping himself according to what is expected of him, rather than what is true to his nature. Over time, he loses touch with himself, mistaking his mask for his identity. He becomes afraid of what lies beneath. afraid that if he were to remove the mask he would find nothing of substance underneath. But the man who has dared to unmask himself, to strip away the illusions, discovers that he is far greater than he was led to believe. He is not simply his achievements, his reputation, or his ability to conform to an external ideal. He is something deeper, something vast, something beyond labels and limitations. He is not just his light, nor is he just his darkness. He is both, and he is neither. He is the observer, the awareness behind the experience, the stillness that remains unchanged, no matter what storms rage within him. Most men are at war with themselves. They deny their fears, but are ruled by them. They suppress their desires, but are consumed by them. They reject their pain, but are weighed down by it. They do not realize that what they resist only gains power. To fight against one's own nature is to ensure that it will control you from the shadows. But the man who ceases to resist, who turns toward his own depths with open eyes, finds something extraordinary: freedom. Freedom does not come from the absence of struggle, but from the absence of inner conflict. A man who has integrated his darkness does not carry the heavy burden of self-judgment. He does not waste his energy pretending to be something he is not. He does not spend his life seeking approval or fearing rejection. He moves through the world with the quiet confidence of someone who has nothing to hide.